Hello and welcome back to the Taiko World Cup 2026. I'm still N-Wolf from the last match, and we are about to see the round of 16 Mappool showcase. Mappool stays the same, length goes up, difficulty goes up. There's going to be a lot of fun stuff in this pool, and joining me, as has been the case for the last two times, is Over the Hedge. How are you doing? How are you feeling after this group stage?
I never want to play maps of this difficulty level against strong players ever again. I had like 35 max scores on the poll over the entire week. I had like 6 100s, all my PBs combined. I still did not feel ready to play Canada. It was a very stressful week for anyone that had to play a strong team. Picking felt impossible. Everything felt like a trap. I think the general consensus of groups from pretty much everyone that played and didn't was those maps were way too easy. As we saw in Mappool feedback, a lot of people echoed similar sentiments. And, well, you're the puller. I suppose you would know whether the adjustments have been made.
They have definitely, yeah. Round of 60 was going to be a big jump anyway. Group stage, yeah. The difficulty we can discuss another time, but round of 16 is definitely a step up, because now we have the top 8 teams joining the battle.
And they're
got
strong.
to take a week off. They're strong.
Yeah.
And now the group winners will also have to be strong, because these maps will challenge you. Some significantly more than group stage, some not much more than group stage, because group stage still had a couple maps that were sitting at the top end of a difficulty. So we didn't need to go as much harder this pool, but we will see as the pool showcase progresses.
Alright, I suppose there's not much else to do but get into it.
Yep, and you might remember the last week's pool prediction was how many maps are longer than 3 minutes, and the
0,
answer
right?
was the tiebreaker. We're going to start with 3-minute 30 Nomad 1.
Good music! I'm very happy about this one. Oh, this song is so awesome.
This song
I like
is
the
so
VTuber. I like Sasakure. I like the song. This is great.
So, this is Nomad 1.
Continuing with the fast Nomad 1 trend, 240.
Yes.
Not so at all. This is going to be hard on the stamina.
Yeah, this is very hard on the stamina. I am also bad on stamina, but like, this is 3.5 minutes long, so quite a bit longer than anything last pool. And this has a lot of finishers, which DDKK players might find more enjoyable than others, especially these kind of finishers on this kind of patterning. But yeah, this is going to be mostly standard Nomad 1 stuff, aka 1-4. There are some evil 1-3 in the second half of the song, which will cause at least 100 across the entire weekend. And besides that, the aforementioned finishers, of which we've seen a couple, and we will see more. Pattern length will vary a bit more than Nomad 1 did last week, such as that. There are a couple more long patterns, long-ish patterns. But besides that, it is still a comfortable Nomad 1, but 1 star harder than last week.
As was deserved. We saw. Oh, I don't even know if stats for groups should be released. There are gonna be a lot of SS ranks on a lot of maps. Nomad 1 especially one of those. I think we did see a 2 mil or 2. Obviously, team maxing maps is still unbelievably hard, even if it's so easy. Just due to nerves, just due to being human, but yeah, Babel got a couple, I believe. I don't think this is gonna get many, but obviously with the top teams not into the fold, there's still a good chance. And only halfway through the map. It feels like we'd be 2 maps into the grip stage pool by now.
Kind of.
Would be the longest map besides TB in last week's pool.
Yeah. And I can already say this is the longest map besides the TB in this pool, but 3.5 minutes I think is also allowed to be the longest map in the pool on the Nomad 1 slot, because well, we are taiko players, we don't really like anything that especially not if it's 4 minutes. Bad.
But longer maps are, I don't know, man, longer maps are cool.
They are cool. Like, there's a reason when I map pooled the last time, seriously, like 2020, Mango, Giant Eye tended to have, 5 minutes Hard Rock 2. That was something we did on purpose multiple times.
That might be a little much.
No, it wasn't. It was nice.
Sometimes.
6 years ago, it was the right thing to do. I wouldn't do it again, but you can't.
Product of its time.
Yeah, you can't argue that an LCD metal map for 5 minutes wasn't absolute cinema in matches.
I can imagine few things I would less want to play, actually, but the LCD maps are so stressful. You feel like every pattern's gonna kill you. And sometimes you're right. Anyway, last guy coming in. I believe the density goes up a bit extra here. And get ready for a handful of SS killers. Here's some more 3-4.
Yeah, no, it should be 1-3.
Huh. Anyway, here's some 5 blips at whatever snap it is. A few more finishers, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say
hopefully
this map mostly comes down to the second half. But it's also just... The second half is going to feel harder anyway because of stamina, for most players. Of course, there will be those that find 3.5 minutes of 240 to be literally nothing. Not everyone is like that, and there are going to be people whose single tap hands are aching by the end of this map.
Me!
Hi. We're the same! Anyway.
Nice.
So, before we advance in the map pool, I believe we have a word from our sponsor. You know what you can buy now? Banners. On the OS store side of the website, you can buy a banner to support your favorite Taiko World Cup team. I got my China banner already. You guys can get yours there today. So it's our first new OS original of Taiko World Cup 2026. It's going to be buy now.
This is such a thematically cool song. And
The video, oh my god.
the video, yes.
This is also cool.
Yeah, this is No More 2. It's a standard tech map. More regular of a tech map than last week's. But I think we have
last week's was all very irregular. Yes, we do. So,
big credits.
of course, a lot goes into every OS original. For this one, we've got MVU and Pantulu for the illustration work. Jehan, I might be wrong on the name there, and Bullmaster Flex for the graphics design. Kafaka and Initial D working on the storyboard. Mokasan translates the lyrics. Narikat Zeth, who you might know from Taiko, and Nafi handled design QA. Sakura 06, as usual, coordinating the design and video, bringing everything to life. And one mapper. You could guess who mapped the tech. It's Miyagi Shima, of course.
Of course.
Never misses this guy. And of course, never hits a 100 either. Just look at this replay. Just things he does.
Oh, evil star rating. But
oh, goodness.
Regular tech map. The ending?
Until
Irregular
the
tech
end.
map.
Yeah.
And not as much of a step up from last week as, well, No More 1, but No More 2 was also the hardest map last week. Yes.
Yeah. Like, No Mod 2 was hard enough for grips. You could put it in round of 16, and I don't think people would be saying this is way too easy. It was like the one map, maybe also DT1. So stepping up only a little, yeah, makes sense. Yep. It's still a hard enough map, I think.
And another might be side grade for some people is going to be No Mod 3. Another OS original from the OS World Cup 2024. I think this was a grand finals map, by the way. This is Corrupted Paywall, and this is a 285 BPM speed map. So 15 higher than last week, but with much more modern and comfortable patterns.
Yeah, last week's No Mod 3 got a lot of observations, some complaints about just how unconventional the patterns were, and I think there's no denying that they were very unconventional. It was very easy to misread everything, despite the density being kind of low, just because it was a very unusually mapped beat map. This, I know the mapper. I played TWC with this guy last year.
Yeah.
It's Megamix MAS. You might know him from last year's TWC performances as My Angel Seiya. He maps quite a bit as well. Has mapped for such tournaments as EGTS, getting to take on original music such as Atomic Disassembler. And yeah, he's getting mapping privileges for TWC as well. Tends to map a lot comfier than, say, an AABC, and I think you're seeing that here. Although, not totally free patterns either. A lot of repetition.
It's not totally free patterns, though. And because this is a bit more regular in patterning than last week's No More 3, you might imagine this could mean something for Double Time too. But that's a different map from this one. We're in a break. It's another double S so far.
Yep.
And will stay so.
Cat Don Don Cat has got game. This guy, a legend of the tournament scene. You don't see him around that often these days, but when you do, sometimes it's an AGTS and you're left wondering, why is he playing an AGTS as he kind of just top scores every man? And then he plays TWC and is perfectly solid against some of the stronger teams in the world. And yeah, we're seeing that here. He just kind of SS's this. Whoa. We're wide with it.
Suddenly finished. Yeah, the densest part of the map. The final part of the map.
So much comfier than Duramigo. Also, 285 BPM in round of 16. I think higher than we usually scale by this round, but
yeah,
I mean,
but much higher.
Especially with how the star rating meta was in the last year and the skill sets that you play to gain PP and whatnot. I think a lot more people are well versed in high speed than they used to be, especially in the last year or two. So I think this is fair. If you single tap, the BPM could be starting to cause trouble already, but if you ult, I think this is pretty comfortable.
Yep. Some evil doublets at the end there, but mostly comfortable. Much less comfortable is No Mod 4, which is also an OS original from Locus.
No Storm Move. I'm scared.
Yes.
This could be crazy.
This is quite the step up. There's going to be a lot of Wave FC SV that you see already. and overlapping patterns, and a Norse standard also doublets, which we will see in a second. There we go.
Yeah, here we are. Ooh, but offhand SV'd in 1/6. Tricky stuff. Was that a 1/6 triple? Is this a tech map with heavy SV? Awesome.
I cannot
awesome
answer
alert?
questions to this map, it destroys me. It baffles me. I can't remember what is happening.
You
I'm happy.
started playing the game 5 years too early to understand this map.
Yes! That is
Oh,
precisely
the
it.
doublets! Wow.
The good thing is, the doublets are consistent, so you can sort of memorize them. What you can't
Consistently
really
hard.
memorize is the slowdown section, which will go on for quite a bit.
You just have to have the reading for something like this, I suppose. The 1/6 that looked like coming in there, it can be kind of hard to judge snaps correctly at lower SV.
And it's cut streams as well.
Oh yeah.
Don't cut spam until you have to transition into a pattern with outbreak.
Goodness me. So, as for last week's No Mod 4, I think it's weird. I think Lone Wolf was actually quite hard mechanically, even compared to the other No Mods would like considering the SV. But SV-wise, it was one of the most, maybe it was the most sight-readable reading map I've ever played in a tournament. I managed to sight-read FC it, and I never sight-read FC No Mod 4s because that's not really what you're meant to do. It kind of, I don't know, it felt on the easy side, at least for what it was testing. This, on the other hand, this is gonna make you misread.
A lot.
Oh, more doubles.
Yes, more doubles. Doubles everywhere. And this map also just doesn't give you time to catch a break. Like, this is a harder version of what we had in last week's No Mod 4.
Alright.
But yeah, good luck learning this. The star rating's basically the same.
Yeah, I'd say the map looks... I think actually looks easier to be consistent on, but harder to get to the point of consistent. Like, harder to FC.
Yes.
Maybe that's just me being a noob because I was mind blocked on like 2 patterns of No Mod 4. Thank you, opponents, for not picking No Mod 4. I'm really glad. Anyway, that's No Mod 4. So, No Mod 5.
Another Psy classic about to be unveiled.
And Wolf.
No,
Please.
I will not. Well, this is Xaflek with some kind of disease.
No, I'm not attempting that actually. I see Miwu. Oh no, not quite. Not quite. It's MIWOA. I almost saw the name of a taiko player in the song name. With new mono ultra microscopic silico volcanoconiosis. Almost got it. I'm not attempting to diff name either. Long name by long name. Difficulty long name.
I'm just seeing eel fusion, so this is... I'm probably just going to consider this as... There's an eel fusion... Maybe the eel... Maybe versus challenge. We're not even talking about these very mono-heavy streams.
Yeah, there's also a map attached to the metadata here. This is a metadata masterpiece, is what I like to call maps like this. You ever see something with like the source field just being YouTube?
Yeah. Oh,
Like,
2010, my beloved.
Source, I find it. I don't
Various
know.
artists. Favorite artist. Outknown Crow's Nest. But yeah, we have Metal in Mappool. Much harder streams than last week. Much more monos than last week. Yeah. 210 BPM. 3 minutes long. Stamina is not going to be quite an issue yet because, well, that was a really long cooldown section, sort of. But the stream length is up there. No Mod 5 is getting hard.
Okay, you want my weirdest take? This is probably easier to FC consistently than last week. Because last week, the first part streams... the second parts were legitimately kind of difficult because the blue tick stuff came in and it was tricky. The first part was actually the hardest part for me. because it would do the same thing 6 times in a row, and my brain would be like, and then I would miss.
Yes, I very much get that. There's that old Aussie Osrock map that used to be a PP map from Bring Me the Horizon. That also just constantly, it's the same pattern over and over and over and over again. It's, at some point you just miss because when does it stop? It never stops.
Wait, what's the replay name? Mirand X Finisher. He's committing to the bit, I see.
Yeah, as you might see, the score is not maxed out. But it is a double S replay.
Yeah, this is...
It would have been a fun game to find out where the finisher miss it is. But we'll never know.
Yeah, it's hard to tell. Oh,
Okay,
I just saw it. I just saw it. I love it. You did that on purpose. You actually can't have done that by accident. Unbelievable. The last one in the okay, second last one in the map. I think there may have been one more. The map is so long. I'm really sorry. There may be a blender going 2 rooms for me. That probably picked up.
I don't actually hear it if you, but look, this
good.
name doesn't even fit in the screen.
Yep. Yeah.
Thank you,
it's
Xai.
Nomad 5.
Yeah, that's Nomad 5. Concluded
That's
with
what we're
Nomad
calling
Pool.
it.
Yeah.
Map by Gripty, I'm terrified. I'm worried. I'm scared, I'm fearing for my life.
So last week I introduced Hidden One as a map that looks like it's evil, but it's actually kind of friendly to you, rhythmically. This is the kind of hidden that is evil.
I'm guessing ghost tapping will be a lot of people's friend on this, just looking at these rhythms.
Basically mandatory.
Unless you're the best slow hidden player in the entire world without exception. Who happens to be the replayer and the mapper.
I refuse to believe there's no ghost tapping involved at all in this replay. Well, I guess I shouldn't be refusing that.
People are now debating whether Nomad 1 is DTable. What is up with speed plays?
It is a ranked map.
Oh, I mean, it is DTable for some people, but they're just like,
yes.
Why isn't this in DT? Maybe because it would be 9 stars in TWC round of 16. Maybe. Possibly.
Maybe.
Perhaps. Someone said this should have been in EHR, and you know what? I am totally down for that. I respect that too. That's kind of awesome. It would be really hard, but...
This map?
Nomad 1.
Nomad 1, okay, yeah.
I should probably not be talking about Nomad 1 so much. But like, I don't know. I see speed players say, why isn't the pool 9 stars? And my blood boils, and Wolf, you have to understand.
We should have a skill cap slot. That's just going to be 9-star dump chart. Have fun.
Okay, even as the least benefited player by that, that does sound kinda high.
Noted. It will be your fault. Look, there was 1-8.
I have first players on my team, so I'll live. And live by not having to ever download it. Anyway, yeah, it's just rhythms. This still seems kind of friendly. Like, not... Seal the Deal, I think, was legitimately easy. Even for grips, it was not hard.
Yeah,
maybe
it was.
middle of the road. Which is to say, still too easy for the round, but not guaranteed SS. This one is okay. I think this is around the 16 moment.
Yeah, this is not overly difficult hidden one. We've definitely seen harder in this exact position, but this one will, I think, at least require 2 tries to get a decent sense of what the song wants you to do. There's a lot of weird rhythm gaps.
Yeah, looks fun.
And following
Good
up,
music.
Guess what? Another O's original.
I was gonna say, what's that logo I see on the left? And
yeah.
Unsurprising replayer.
And you might even recognize the artist because Marmalade Butcher did 5 songs for the World Cups last year. And this was the final one for the O's World Cup, Open Scar on Ending, which is obviously an acronym, which you might also see in the difficulty title. Whatever trying to
It's like an on-seeking you moment? Similar
Yes.
Similar vibes? I see.
Similar vibes.
I know. what that's a reference to, actually. I played that game a little bit one time.
Yeah. Weird. Me too. We have so much
Really?
in common.
Damn.
This map also has
a
a lot
few
of...
tournaments and whatnot. Anyway,
Yeah.
you were saying.
This map has quite a few things in common with last week, namely 180 BPM returns. It is longer, this is also a 3-minute map, and it's very streamy, and the map has I9. So some of these streams are going to go wild.
Oh, they're gonna have hard patterns. I9, not the kind of mapper to just cushion you and say, oh, you can tap the BPM, then you can see my map. No, you have to earn it.
Yes.
And here we go.
My DM to I9 for this slot was want to go back to Marmalade Butcher Jail, because I9 also was the person who mapped Virtual Futural last year, which has ridiculously difficult patterns for a normal one.
Hard. That map was just
Yes.
hard. I don't even think it was a pattern difficulty map. I think it was just the bursts were actually hard, and then the low SB section on top. Ooh, it was a difficult map, but
Yep.
this
Yes.
doesn't look quite as hard as you would hope. But yeah,
It's
hard pattern reading.
It's hard pattern reading. It's not the most difficult pattern reading, but there's just a lot of it to get through. Especially the last key eye also has quite a bit more streaming going on. But in a sense, it just continues last week's Hidden 2, but just overloads you until you maybe do finally give up. That's how I felt last week on Hidden 2. It's not really difficult to read because this is a comfortable BPM, especially with the SV increase. But at some point it's too much to give up. I'm
Yeah.
going back to the no mod.
Well, I guess I can't really say much. I was in a like 1/100 required to win position on this against Canada, and I actually just SS'd it
Yes.
or on Ganglion. But yeah, I get what you mean. It was kind of a tricky pattern stream check in a way that No Mod 5 didn't handle. You got some for interesting patterns. They're such a big thing. And it looks like Hidden 2 is going to be the one to handle that for the second week in a row. Fair enough.
Yep.
There are notes left.
Yeah.
Okay,
If you
they're
miss
normal.
that last stream, you might be cooked on simple notes after the KI is over, because it's not the end. There is
Alright,
comeback potential. But that's a hidden pool. We're going to the hard work pool, and guess what? It's an O's original from the last O's World Cup. Again, it's Skywide Beatscape. Absolutely banger song. This mixes a lot of 1-3 and 1-6, especially like this, which will be
That's
held
so
to
nice,
act.
actually.
And there's a lot of offbeat rhythm in this song. There's also 1-8 in this song.
Oh, so this is a real hard rock one for a real
This
hard
is a
rock one
real
player.
hard rock one, yes.
Let's go.
And
I
it's
am not biased.
It's not a terribly difficult map again, but it will be absolutely difficult to act.
Yeah, like this will be a 4-way FC, but some people are getting 98 and that's how you lose it type thing.
Yes.
And last week, I thought it was one of the hardest maps in the pool, at least to max score, but a lot of people got close in matches, and not that many people actually finished, even down in the 98s on it, even among the lower seeds. To be fair, I do think the lower seeded teams just outperformed in general in quals, like did better than even a lot of players were expecting.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't think seeds like 30 and whatnot were going to be double FCing most of the pool on command. But this does still look like it'll be accessible for some. Not being OD10 is going to go a long way towards that.
It doesn't need to be. There's so evil rhythms in this map. Especially the 1-6, 1-3. Normally you know that from 1-6 triplets in the 1-3. But 1-6 fourplet, we do not use higher words, into 1-3. That is unusual. That is very uncommon.
You know what's weird?
Yes.
I would call it a 1-6 quad. I would never say Quinn.
Okay.
I think that's where I draw the line.
Yes. Okay.
It's like, it feels natural to draw it at Quinn.
Yeah.
It's
Quad
weird.
is fine. Quad is fine. Okay.
Okay. I passed. That's good. Anyway, end of the beat map. Ooh, ending with a 1-6 triple. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Can we UR check this really quick? This is gonna be low. Okay, I suppose not. Well, on to HR2. Dude, I can just guarantee you that was like 45. We don't even need to know.
It's great. It was probably just on the line in the middle.
Oh yeah. The guy just draws a laser on every beam map.
So Hard Rock 2, slightly faster than last week. I think not as much faster as you might have expected. It's 200 BPM.
SV looks increased.
Yes, SV is increased, and
It
it's
looks like
often
going up there, I think.
yes, often it goes higher while a stream is going on. And there's a few sections which are just 1.1 flat, so the SV often in this map is going to be 220 BPM, which that would be the expected reading difficulty for round of 16.
Yeah.
There's someone 6.
Ooh.
Yes.
Still only 200 BPM, so not a brutally high speed for, just tapping out a 1/6 burst, but it does add a little burst difficulty. Might be tricky to act for some people. That gets quick. Oh, and the finisher at the end. That might catch a lot of SSs away. Maybe some FCs too.
Yeah, I think this map is going to be sneakily difficult. I know last week's Hard Rock 2 was also on the easier end, but this one should be more where you would expect Hard Rock players to shine. With a good amount of streams. Not everything that could be a stream is a stream, but there's... Yeah, look, that was another SV increase. There's plenty of those.
We are, worth mentioning, we are on map 9 of this pool, and I believe that is 9 SS ranks, right?
Yep.
So, any 0 to 4, like why? And 5 to 8ers, your belief has not been rewarded.
No.
And the 13-14 crowd now waiting until potentially up to free mod 2 to see if they're right. I will say, I saw a certain someone put in a large amount somewhere. Again. I've seen some money laundering every single week. It's kind of funny. I respect it, but it's just really funny. Anyway, the beat map.
The beat map. Also, worth mentioning, this is the 6th also original. This is the oldest original of this pool from O's World Cup 2023.
Wow.
It was a finals map, so it has also gone a few stages down. But it fits here.
Well, different game mode.
Yes.
And
now VSP goes up.
Can make songs hard with Ian. We basically need pure tapping. Oh.
How high can VSP go? How high can it go? Okay, it can go up to 1.2.
Pretty reasonable. Oh, okay, never mind. 1.2 is actually hard at 200. It seemed pretty reasonable, but maybe everything looks easy on 16:9 HR after 6 years of only playing on box res.
Yeah, and that's a Hard Rock pool.
Yeah, that's Hard Rock 2. So, with the Hard Rock out of the way?
Yep. Double time.
Yeah, I like this.
This is an edited version. Kind of like last week where we had to buff VSV a little bit to not be as slow as ranked map. This one had to be nerfed. So VSV isn't as high as in the original, because in the original the SV in the KIs literally goes up to 1.5 and no. That's a bit high. But other than that, this is offbeat hell at 200 BPM, and to make matters worse, there are quite a lot of evil 1-4-1-6 patterns.
Yes,
There's fast.
Just before the first guy, there was a 1-6 into 1-4 into 1-3 into finisher. Brutal combo.
And that is kind of basically before every key eye, you have a death pattern, and then you have offbeat hell.
Yeah, you also had a... Oh, here we go. Oh, that's one of the hardest parts of the map for sure. You also had a bit of a mono section, even though it wasn't so dense after the first PI, which might twist the fingers of some bongo players up a little bit, even though the BPM isn't so high. Just a little bit of finger control for our DDKK friends. BT won last week. I mean, I don't know. I'm so biased. It was just 180 stream, which is like the most me kind of DT1.
Yeah.
And this pattern seems pretty anti-bongo. I mean, these are not the easiest bongo patterns. Just BKKK on repeat. Not the bongo friendliest thing. I've heard a lot of complaints about that pattern in the odd random map when bongo players trying to FC something faster, but at 207, I think it should be manageable.
Whatever beats manageable on this map specifically. Like,
well, everything's manageable except the build-up's kind of just blitzing you.
Yes! And there's another one coming.
Yeah, one more. What do we got? Yep.
Yep.
Same exact thing comes at you again. You gotta hit it one more time. And if you get to this point with FC, you are probably good enough that your FC is pretty much locked up by this point. Unless you really are nervous.
Yeah, I think this last kill is actually much more downbeat focused compared to the others.
Yeah,
thankfully.
So much blue tick.
And we go to DT2. It's a map by Onosaki Hito. You know what I said about No Mod 3. This is also going to be offbeat Hellbot at 248 BPM.
It seems like a significantly harder step at the same BPM from Budika last week.
Yes.
Same BPM, literally almost twice as long. And lots more offbeats, more finishers, so just harder map in every way, but no BPM increase just yet.
Yeah, no BPM increase. The pattern complexity. This is basically trading with No Mod 3 which of the two slots is comfortable and which one isn't. I don't think this one is that bad overall, but yeah, there's a lot of offbeats anyway. And long sliders. You've seen a few long sliders now, but there's going to be long sliders. Also original, as you can see in the background, this is from the Catch World Cup. Ono does want me to tell you specifically, by the way, this is mapped to be co-op friendly.
Yes! Oh my gosh! Okay, wait, he gets it. He gets it. Big love, Onosaki Hito. My tag co-op friend. Once in a while, you'll say, hey, I got a new map on new combos. You want to try it? I'm like, hell yeah. Tag co-op, one of the most fun things you can do in Taiko. So, I'll very briefly explain this. You can hop into a multi and enable tag co-op for standard maps, right? You can select a Taiko map, set tag co-op, and it'll say you can't ready up. What the game for some reason doesn't account for is that you can just use NP start and the game will just start, even though it's not supposed to, and it will actually work as if it was intended, almost. I mean, sometimes it's a little janky. It's crazy how well it works for something that's not intended, and I will not stop recommending it. It's the most fun thing ever. These sliders are very long.
Yes, these sliders are very long, but you get a break afterwards, but you don't really want to miss those ticks, and it's going to be hard on your stamina. You can see Grape Tea has 60,000 more score than you would normally get on double time. And these are those sliders Ono wants to be called Frog Tongues. It's up to you if you want to adopt that, but Ono has decided to call them that.
Can you repeat it? What did you say?
Frog Tongues.
Ah, okay.
Long frog tongues.
Ah, okay. No, I get it. I think maybe.
Probably something turbo, I don't know.
By the way, ghost tapping, by the way, onto those slow casts before the last Yai is insane. How do you have the stomach to do that with an SS going?
No one knows. Shoutouts to Nofi, by the way, for editing the storyboard.
Of course, the SBs on HR1 and DT2 both come out. Both look pretty cool. There are probably others that I just wasn't paying enough attention to see, but yeah, lots of cool visual work in this pool. So, the the free mods coming up next with 3.1.
No, this is definitely going to be the friendly map for that.
The TWC debut of Venus Haruka, whoever that is. I have no idea. But my mind did say Venus Haruka will appear today. And I guess that's what that meant.
Yeah, something related to the old background this had why this map was in progress, which honestly, I was supporting to keep it because funny. But we have a normal background now with a funny replay name. This is going to be...
Oh no.
Not as trippy as you might know from this song. But yeah, lots of long on long even patterns.
I need to message my mind really quick.
Do you need lore?
I think I actively don't need more, is what I will say. It's all good, Emil. It's all good, really.
I
Anyway,
don't have more lore. That's a problem. I know more, and I'm still confused.
I don't think it's important. In any case,
No, it
that doesn't seem super anti-mod.
Nah, this is the Framework 1 is going to be the friendlier one, as is normal.
Yeah, so probably a lot of the HDHR. I mean, you saw the strength of teams on free mod last week when even Mill, which was actually really anti-mod, one of the few maps that people said, yes, this is totally hard enough for grips, still got tons and tons of 4 mods, without the top 8 teams even being there. I think this is going to see a whole lot of EFROD action, especially in the winners bracket, where I think having a wall mod on your team is probably just an auto loss.
You're basically required to do that. And it shouldn't be... Well, it's going to be hard to execute anyway, because the rhythm might cost you quite a few 100s. But
Yeah.
reading-wise, this shouldn't be an issue.
Yeah, some offbeat action here. Alright,
There we
well,
go.
there's the HDHR friendly map, the mod friendly map. So, if we're going by last week, FM2 will then be much harder for mods. What do we got?
This is evil. This one
That's
is so
a laugh,
evil.
It scares me.
This one is very evil.
Okay.
It looks normal right now, but
Yes.
in about 3 seconds it won't anymore.
Hidden,
Hidden!
basically.
Yes,
Just
hidden.
in case you wanted to.
This is it's I think 0.75x SV, and the overlaps, there are going to be a lot of them. This is going to be very difficult for hidden, sort of difficult with hidden hard rock. Basically no difficulty at all with hard rock, which, as you might imagine, it has to be balanced, will change later on in the map.
Worth mentioning, this is the 13th SS in the pool.
Yep.
So, people including, would you believe it, Nurand correctly predicted 13 to 14 SSs in this map pool. So, Nurand's 44,000 Osu coins and leader Vendel's 45,000 Osu coins are being paid back and then some. Always look out for the money laundering, kids. Always follow the money.
We would never do that. On
Are
this very
you
serious
sure?
currency.
I believe
Okay.
you.
The levelocity is going up, and as you might imagine,
Really
the second
has not been
half. Yes! And this KI section is very, very high SV with hard rock.
Is
And it gets
increasing?
worse. It is increasing.
Okay. So far it looks pretty manageable, although obviously things look so different on Nomon that it can be very hard to tell.
Yeah, I don't know to which value it increases, but
Oh, here we go. Bit of a spike there.
yes.
Oh, that overlap. That's mean. This will probably take some just straight up learning for HDHR, maybe even hidden only. Unless you can read overlaps on your skin.
Yeah. Hidden players would probably have to do a bit more work if they plan on solo reading this, but hidden hard rock, especially with the KI section, is more difficult than hidden.
Yeah. Well, it seems balanced enough. Anyway, that's 13 maps. You may
Yep.
be aware there are 14 in this poll. That leaves only the tiebreaker.
And like last week, it is No's original. This one is a little bit out of place though, because this used to be a no-mod map in the last host World Cup and with Grand Finals. But no, Cancel is back as a round of 16 tiebreaker.
This felt like a bit of a spiritual sequel to Train of Thought, which was one of the most well-received TWC originals that I've ever seen. Maybe the most well-received.
Train of Thought
universally.
is ridiculously good. It's
It's so amazing.
yes.
Cannot just speak highly enough of it. Whoa! Taking some similar mapping style, it seems like. It looks like this is a Nuran map. Is it Nuran to Nuone by any chance?
No,
If I had to
it
guess?
isn't.
Okay, couldn't bring the whole gang back.
No.
The finishers!
This is a Nurent and Endwolf map. Yoni has been replaced by... I don't know how you compare. Yoni is a god. Especially when it comes to mapping tech like this.
I have some confidence. You're pretty good too. Don't worry about it.
I'm happy with this map. But it's very evil.
Visuals. They're so cool.
Yeah, the visuals are very great. And they've also been adapted for taiko. So they would normally be in the center of your screen if you play in standard. And Aether Cat would be spinning in the center of the screen. But Aether Cat is bouncing in the lower half of the playing field. So cute!
So far, this looks already more anti-mod than the anti-mod. The one thing with the grip stage tiebreaker was that it was very moddable. Even I cite read HDHR FC'd it. I have never HDHR FC'd a map above 4 minutes before that. Like, it was very moddable. It was mostly just that the patterns were difficult no matter how you sliced it.
Yes.
This one actually just looks very hard to mod. Like, who's going hidden on this?
The most heavy players are going to be playing this with mod, but this will be very difficult. Much more difficult than Hidden Hard Rock on the last week's tiebreaker could ever be.
Oh yeah. I mean, obviously, yeah, worth a shout out. We saw in Australia versus Netherlands, probably, I'd say the match of last week in terms of level of play. We did see a tiebreaker. We saw 7 mods, and we saw a team double HDHR FC, both with 99 by Giant Frustatic of Australia. So, needless to say, and that's a Grips team. They're not even top 8 seed. Obviously, Qualls was also kind of easy and made things maybe a little bit different than, like, I don't know. It came down mostly to performance. They could probably have seeded top 8 on a better day. They're that good of a team, but a 4-mod double FC? Looks like you're putting a stop to that with this one.
Yes, Nurent especially. Nurent, basically 98% of the slide velocity in this map is Nurent. I did a little bit, but I left the most to Nurent because he had master control of everything. And it's very difficult and very banger.
This looks hard. Which, good. I mean, with the teams in this tournament, I think have all proven themselves to be very strong. I do think at this point, maybe not quite as easily true with 3v3, but I think this is the most stacked iteration in terms of depth of TWC that we've seen, because it's 2v2. Every team has at least 2 players that are strong. Whoa, my goodness! That was hard. That's hard too.
Yeah, there's a lot of evil in this ending section, and the rhythm gets crazy in the last, like, 30 seconds.
Are we speaking a hieroglyphic language in the storyboard that has Aether Cat as a character?
Yes.
Lovely, that's great.
Aether Cat and triangle and, you know, spinny.
My favorite letter is triangle.
Whatever this rhythm is. I mapped it, I don't know anymore.
Oh, visual reading heaven, I feel, is a lot of this map. Although, still not easy. Wait. He maxed that, by the way! He max scored that map! Hello?
Yes.
That's unbelievable.
Play
of the day from Nurand. That's unreal. Even the finishers at the end cannot stop the strongest player out there in Nurand. Number 1 in the West for a reason.
Side replay, just go back.
You know, I would actually believe this being like, okay, if this is a 1 try, I don't even know, but like this did not take him practice, I think.
This
like 3 tries max.
I'm not sure if it was 1 try, but
he can just do stuff like this. Like very simply. It's unreal. Anyway, that is the Mappool. Certainly a lot harder than Grips. Good.
Yep.
Very good. I think it's hard enough. I think everything's in SS battle allegations are finally going to at least subside for the most part this round. A couple maps, maybe. I think some of the mod picks are still on the easy side, but it's not going to be an every match thing anymore.
It's definitely a difficulty spread that still exists. We don't forget, The lower
Yeah.
seed is still in the pool, and we don't want to annihilate them with... Reading picks have gone quite insane the last few years in some points in round of 16. Hidden one. And we
Yes.
want
Oh my
to
gosh,
avoid
last
that.
year's was so hard. Last year's hidden one was crazy.
Yes, so I think things like Raindrop are going to be a bit easier than the last couple years, and that is good. It's very approachable for all teams, and I hope there's a lot of difficult things this time around, very difficult things for the higher seed, so that we have a lot of interesting matches in both the winners and the losers bracket next week. May the best team win.
Yeah, get practicing, because I think you're going to start really needing it now, no matter how strong your team is, of course. Very stacked iteration. The winners bracket is still going to look real nice on this poll, but that's a story for next weekend. For now, thank you for tuning in to another week of TWC. We'll see you next time.